Vodafone presents the pre-match.
A disappointing Luminosity currently sat at the bottom of the standings, going up against the Cloud9 that is very hard to predict. It's a very different Cloud9. It's a Swedish-American Cloud9, but they're actually, considering they've only played 8 games so far, I love how you're shaking your head already before we even get into this whole craziness that is Cloud9. They're actually sat in 6th place, so that would guarantee them a spot through to the finals. They've had some up and down games. They're trading a lot of one-to-one maps in there as well, but this is their chance to extend that lead a little bit further.
I was just going through their latest games on both sides. There's a lot of red.
Yes.
That's why I'm shaking my head, really. It's you were saying it's hard to predict. I think this matchup in itself is one of those where it's just super hard to really assess where it's going to go.
Yep.
Obviously, in the Cloud9 side, you have question marks in terms of Skadoodle. He's about to retire the game, or has retired, but they're still looking for a new player, so he's going to be filling in until that happens. How does that really affect the way that Cloud9 prepares for these games? How is his focus? Is this going to be, obviously it could be a positive thing as well for Skadoodle. Having those farewell games, he might actually get a bit of an extra motivation boost and play, get one of those out of this world performances.
It must be quite crushing, right? You can see the tweet on your screen at the moment, and it is a kind of momentous moment here. We watch him, Skadoodle that is, right, have a position where he wins the major that no one would have expected Cloud9 to win. You feel like you've got this lineup you can work with, and then 2 of your players decide to jolly on over to the Brazilians. Then you're stuck and go, okay, well, what other players do we try and get? Not much worked out for them, and now they're stuck with Flusher and Golden. Now, that's not a slant on Flusher and Golden. Golden proved himself as a good in-game leader for that Fnatic lineup when they were starting to do a little bit better. Then he obviously unfairly got pushed aside. And then we have the whole thing with Flusher going in there saying he didn't want to play with that Fnatic lineup anymore. He believes he can do some damage here in North America, but we are yet to see it. And the fact that Skadoodle is going, it's like, it's not bad that Skadoodle's going, but it's just at an awkward time, right? You're trying to build a roster, and you can't even guarantee the players that are going to stay.
Listen, if I remember correctly, for this major here, the Boston major, Skadoodle hadn't even made the playoffs at a major.
No.
This was the first time he made the playoffs. And he was a championship. He fulfilled his dream.
At that point, if you're going to retire at any point, right, you do it after you win the major, right?
No, that wouldn't be the way to go, but obviously he decided to stick around for... for like, what, 9 months later?
He probably didn't really know, though, right? They're like, oh, yeah, the rest of my teammates just going to bail on me after a major. It's like, this one is actually worse than the whole Gambit Zeus thing. Yeah,
no, hindsight always 2020, right?
Yeah.
So, things happen. That Gambit Zeus thing, I think it was predetermined already before Gambit had that massive run in Krakow, obviously. When it comes to this, I think it's just the circumstances happen to go this way. I think... So, like Stu, just, well, yeah, I'm assuming that also has to be a factor.
Does help.
A bit of cash flow, the positive. Yeah. It helps with the motivation, but also I think, the way that Stewie, when he left the team, and he kind of said he felt that, some of the players on this team were kind of, they lost the hunger. Mm-hmm. And that's reasonable to think that way, especially I feel like, I think all the fingers are probably pointing at Skadoodle. Honestly, because he probably had that dream, and he finally managed to win it, and then it's just hard to find that motivation anymore.
The highest of highs is what Skadoodle found, and let's take a little look at this man's long history in Counter-Strike.
Tyler Latham, aka Skadoodle, has been a fixture in NA Counter-Strike for the better part of 6 years. However, the 25-year-old op-ace has decided to step back from competitive CSGO as he now bids farewell to Cloud9 on amicable terms. Skadoodle kicked off his CSGO career with Hold Mouse 1 in 2012, a team which later was picked up by Curse and renamed Curse.NA. Here, Skadoodle started to show just how talented he is with the AWP. His stint at Curse lasted for a year before Denial Esports came knocking to recruit the lineup in September 2013. But in a turn of events, iBuyPower managed to acquire the roster after just a month at Denial, signing Skadoodle, Anger, Adren, AZK, and Dazed. This would be the start of a dramatic ride for Skadoodle, as iBuyPower not only proved themselves as one of NA's very best teams, but also one of the most controversial. In August 2014, the iBuyPower team became embroiled in a match-fixing scandal, following a surprising loss to Netcode Guides. This resulted in lifetime bans being handed out to the majority of the iBuyPower roster, but Skadoodle was spared. After the incident, Skadoodle ended up joining the well-renowned Cloud9 roster in the summer of 2015, replacing Shazam and taking over the role as main op. Cloud9 has struggled to make a lasting impression as a top team on the world stage, but after a period of mixed results, Skadoodle and his teammates reached an all-time high by winning the E-League Major in Boston in January 2018.
Push up. Oh, it's happened! They made it work! Cloud9 are your E-League Major champions!
Coming out on top against a very strong FaZe clan. Since his professional debut, Skadoodle has won 2 ESEA titles, as well as 2 CEVO titles, an ESL Pro League title, an America's Minor Championship, a DreamHack Open title, as well as the prestigious E-League Major Boston 2018.
Thank you. I don't really have much words to say, as you know. I'm not crying, you're crying, stop.
He's not much of a talker.
I'm not crying.
Yeah.
You're crying.
He's an interesting character, right? But he's put his time into this game. He's gone through hell and back in terms of just playing Counter-Strike, the dramas that came, and actually still managed to come off on the better side of it, right? It's nice to see that he got and managed to reach that goal. And like you were saying there about the whole Stewie situation, I feel that like that would have been the time to retire, right? After you've done the major. Now he kind of sat in limbo. He was in an awkward roster situation. Now we do get to see him go, but it's like, okay, maybe, you know what, the whole thing with Gambit where Hobby was like, yeah, I'm going to leave, and they have that little nice run at New York. Maybe that's what Skadoodle's trying to do for him now, just play a looser style, maybe pop some heads. But going into this, you would openly say that this is a closer matchup than what it should seem with them going up against Luminosity.
Yeah, no, definitely, just because of the fact that Cloud9 is still very much a work in progress, a construction site, if you will, and very much because of bringing in the Swedes into the occasion. Obviously, was a signal of them wanting to just change the approach they have to this game. Before, obviously, they had a FNS briefly. They tried to build a structure that lasted all of 2 weeks, and then eventually, as summer went past, and Stiko was there to play for them for a while. They didn't really have a good dedicated in-game leader. Then they finally did get themselves the opportunity of picking up Golden, and then eventually Flusha. So that's always going to be the signal that they want to just be a little bit more of a structured Counter-Strike team.
And talking about being more of a structured Counter-Strike team, that is exactly what Luminosity has not shown us across the games we've seen, right?
The opposite.
Yeah, it's the direct opposite. We see Henny have some good games, we see Lucas step up at times, but the main problem we have is still the guy that we credited for being a solid in-game leader here for the Brazilians. He's not really helped them kind of get themselves together. They're sat at the bottom of Pro League, and I don't just mean about Pro League, like just their games in general have not been up to par of what you would expect.
No, it's going to be interesting to see them play a map like Overpass, where this is a lot about territory, being able to get map control and then making decisions based off of that. But then you have to have a crystal clear plan initially as you start around on a T side, and knowing as we do how Luminosity has played so far, you know, it could become a horrible mess, because if there's anything that we've seen so far, it's that they definitely lack leadership right now. Yeah,
and that's a problem, right? When you think of Steel being on that roster, you would not assume that that would be a problem, but there's always been like this fracture now since the whole split and the old dramas that we know many stories about have come into play. Launders, Scrawny. We're getting to our last series now. Cloud9, they're not the Cloud9 we know of old, but Luminosity certainly don't shine in any spectacular way we've seen here. But is this a chance for them to get some wins on the board?
Yeah, I mean, I guess every map is in that sense, but in terms of like their chances of actually pulling it a win, I don't know, man. I don't know how everyone else feels, but with Luminosity, I don't think there's a player I don't like on the team. I just don't like the team.
Yeah, it doesn't work as a whole collective, right?
Yeah, I think actually there is leadership in the sense that you can see very clearly like the way Steel calls, but I don't feel like it's the way that the players want to play. I feel like they want to be way more aggressive. Yeah. I feel like they want to be more like a fanatic. You have players like Yell, who are amazing, super explosive. Henny, super explosive, but they play like a very structured style. and I feel like it's not as fun for them, and it probably would be better if they just took some more risks.
Right. I don't think that they like the style of which they're playing, and I don't think that this is another thing. I don't think they're doing a very good job of actually incorporating Zand into a very comfortable position. Statistically speaking, since his inclusion, like he is not performing up to par with the rest of the team. At least not in my mind. I feel like we've seen way too many kind of bottom frags.
Zand is on the other lineup.
Oh, excuse me. I'm talking about Ints.
They're Brazilian.
So you know what?
Enough.
Screw Zand. No. Yeah. All right.
I'm gonna let you guys get into the game, right? You can just take that L and hold it for a second scroll.
I'll hold on to it real tight with both hands. James.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're doing sign language.
I've done that before.
Yeah, you did. You did with
Azio with Voltage or something.
Yeah, Azio with was it Voltage? Alas, it's not Zand.
Snakes?
That's what's important.
I don't know, something like that.
So you know what? I'll hold my point about Zand until he's actually playing, and then we'll just focus on what you were saying about how like the system just doesn't seem to be working around the players and their strengths. And I definitely agree with you in that sentiment.
I think,
that's 100%.
I think they could have more fun. They could have more fun, get more wins, be more exciting, with just a little bit of a pace change, maybe.
Let loose a little.
Let loose. What do you have to? What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? Nothing.
I think one of the reasons I thought Zand was on this team is because Ints are actually currently holding on to more wins than Luminosity, and I see, you know, that's the second place team. Luminosity is supposed to be the second best Brazilian core, but it is the short control no more. Cloud9 have lost it. And it's still the 3v3 because Golden gets himself a swift little headshot. Actually manages a second, and Flusha adds one to the collection. It's looking good.
Ooh. Hot rotate out from Henny. Drops a decoy down. Runs through water. Think this will be heard, actually. Yeah, so his rotate is no now. Might have defeated the purpose by running that far, but didn't expect them to push down as far as they did. Trades for a bit of health. Can't do that for much longer, and Flusha is too nice with it. Easily cleans up that second kill. Him and the other suite on the team get 2 apiece and close down Luminosity's entrance into B. It could have gone either way. You know, they're running across at that point. It's literally whoever gets luckier, but you maybe give a slight advantage to the USPs just because they can one-shot kill and they're a little bit more accurate. But it was about medium distance, so run that back a few times, and I guarantee you Luminosity would be able to pull it out. But either way, they don't get to look forward to this round in the same way they would if they had won. But they still do get a Glock kill somehow. Golden melted, absolutely melted. Did he even have armor, head armor? I don't know.
He's got $2,500 left.
Yeah, you would have. You think you stinged? Because I didn't hear a dink.
Wait, what is this? Why does Flusha just have a USP? Why does Automatic just have a USP?
Oh.
Is this in case they lose the round so that their bonus of a round loss would give them over 4K?
Because then I guess they...
What is this?
Yeah, maybe it's just a...
So it's in anticipation of the fact that Luminosity aren't going to buy anything. Because
love to see them lose, right? When we see
so if Luminosity don't buy anything, they have no armor, they have no pistols, because, you know, you're just saving all your money up for that round 3 buy. So you have 2 MP9s and Kevlar pistol players. That is the most creative purchase we've seen yet since the new change, in my opinion.
But what happens if they lose?
Let's see. I kind of just want to see them lose to find out whether or not, you know, if this backfires, how worse off are they? But that's not going to happen. Rush picks up 3. And now look at the money they have.
Yeah, now they don't even, they can kind of skip the,
whoa.
They can skip all of the SMG buys, which is something.
That's meta.
It's meta.
That's new meta.
Still have no idea what happens if they lose, but I guess they'll have around 4K, a little bit over that, so they can at least buy again.
Whoa. Golden's a genius.
I don't necessarily think that makes him one, but that's a good thought.
I'm going to exaggerate for the sake of theatrics.
It's good to see people getting creative.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that, right? It opens so many options, but we figured it opens options in the sense that you can get 5 smokes, you can get Molotovs. You know, there's variation in the utility or the pistols you might play. I didn't think it was variation in buying 2 MP9s and having 3 pistol players.
Yeah. I don't really know, because I think the way that, you know, when the changes are implemented, it's so that there are less reasons to have to save. So if you win, it's 1 frag from Automatic. Now, I think Skadoodle's actually officially off this team. He has taken a step back from Counter-Strike.
Yes.
But he is playing this game right now.
Which is why I will cast every single map happily.
Okay.
Because
Hang on
for
to
all
these
we
moments.
know, it's the last time we get to cast
You
it.
never know who's going to take his place. Is it going to be
Or when.
30 Peak Pete? Is he going to come back into the fold randomly? Diane had a really nice clip from an ESEA pug.
That's true.
That was puts her on the board, I think, with the op.
I saw you at Cloud9 with that tweet.
So just to raise the raise the flag.
Get Potter in there possibly.
Potter could come back from analyst or from player to analyst to player.
Let's see if they can get through this gun round first, Cloud9. They still have him for the time being. What could be a key piece? Golden on the edge of the smoke. Expects another walkout, but Lucas has now nailed himself 2 headshots this round.
Could be a nade and a half.
Oh no, misses the mark. Could have been massive. Skadoodle still just closes this gap, runs all the way in. Sure, the palm's gone down, but he knows exactly where the last one's at. Automatic and Ska making magic happen on the A site.
Yeah, good retake. I mean, constantly applying pressure. It's just they took the wound and then they wrapped it up in the, what is that called? The gauze tape.
Yep.
And then replaced the gauze with new gauze until the bleeding
Rebandaged the
stopped.
wound.
Until it scabbed up, and they peeled the scab off. And they just played with it a little bit.
Chewed on it.
And then chewed on it. And then they let it heal. That's it. Sat out in the sun for a few days.
See, you don't need toenail clippers if you're flexible enough.
That was the best analogy for what happened. Oh, what? What did you just say? You're disgusting. Wow. I thought I took it too far, and then you just took it and threw it into space.
I blew it out of the water. Just like Luminosity are hoping to do here towards short, because that's where we have Cloud9 already establishing a little map control. And they have connector, and they have party. So all LG are really working with is this eventual connector creep.
It's getting real creepy in the connector. Oh, automatic. Can't land the shot. We don't see what gun he has out. He's a little bit of a view model bug. Once he's scoped in, it's very clear. It's very apparent. No mistaking it. He's opping.
He's doing so aggressively, walking back forward. Can't get too far away from these corners or else he's not going to have much of an ability to jump back behind them. And he has to realize there won't just be one player here.
Oh, no ability to trade though behind that wall. Nekus can't fling out, and there's the smoke, excuse me, to help him fall back. Golden trying to abuse another smoke. Does Yell just straight up pre-fire this? Oh,
Gives away. Golden comes wide. Can still hold on to his corner, and Automatic then just cuts down a number towards the washroom. So him dying's not the worst case scenario because there's still that crossfire set between Rush and Golden. Looking good, traded successfully, and it does leave us down into the clutch. It's Henny versus Skadoodle. Get your skadonglers out because you might be whacking them frantically if you can just get that one bullet to connect. But Henny, he's honed in and so close, but no cigar.
no, Skadoodle wins another clutch. It's one for the books. Gotta hang on to these moments.
Yeah,
We never know when they're gonna stop forever.
forever.
We know he's not coming back.
Don't say that.
We know it. It's a
Don't
Cloud9
say it.
prophecy.
Maybe it's a rule. You know, Jack's out there.
Jack's just like,
This is it?
They say great things about Jack, but
Yeah.
in reality, it's because they're forced to.
Listen, Ska, you're never
You're
coming
not
back.
coming back.
No, he doesn't rule with an iron fist.
You never know.
That's true. I don't know. But like you said, I've heard good things.
Automatic takes his spawn out to mid, as you naturally would with an op spawn like that. Not going to be blessed with those too many times in a game. Double smoke on the short. Oh, Skadoodle, look at him go. Should he quit the game? He shouldn't. It's too amazing.
The time of his life. Now that all the pressure's off. Picking up multi-kills, picking up clutch rounds like it's nobody's business. But this round, even though he tries his best, is not necessarily over. Because they just cleared the flank with Flusha and took back the B bomb site. So do they bring the bomb over? Because if they do, Automatic might have something to say.
Hit the flick. First smoke goes out, but it's there's a the bomb is going to be there's a big flank on him. He's been tagged. The smoke won't. Oh, the smoke will help a lot.
Yeah, consumes the Molotov. Gobbles it right up.
Envelopes it. Licks it shut.
I'm glad you're kidding.
Envelopes it good.
Poor Yell. Has to do the dirty work. Has to be that guy.
Oh, that guy. Comes in at the end.
Swoops in for the final kill and puts Luminosity on the board. 4-1. And unfortunately for Cloud9, money is tight. Like a Toiger.
They just got a new series. They got a brand new series, $50 million of funding, but not apparent in the server.
Yeah, not going to help you out here.
Yeah, this is the real world where we use virtual money.
Dang gammit. So they actually bought him out the cash.
Yeah, what's going on here, Connor?
Oh, you know.
Oh,
some
you know.
pistols.
You know.
And an all-on Ska. Boosted up towards B.
Look at these players, so fiscally responsible. Automatic? CZ.
Og does get one.
Oh my god, how can this guy retire? Look at him go.
Well, that's a reason to retire.
Oh, nice knowing you.
Blown away through smoke. Golden does get his hands back up on that
They
gun.
recycle it.
Yep.
Second chance.
Still doable.
Fresh AUG again, basically.
Not the most likely of situations, but still a situation nonetheless.
I saw him pick up the op a couple of times. Oh. Imagine.
And poor Rush just sitting down in the depths. The foggy water. Sewage.
Yuck. Would you drink sewage for any amount of money?
No, because that can kill you.
Any amount. Any number.
I mean, that's literally like
cupful.
you're literally asking me what I value my life at. Because I don't want to die from like the black plague.
But you know it's like 50-50. You could just get the nicest part of the sewage, which is only just like a little bit of gross stuff. Maybe someone's not.
I'd have to calculate my life's value.
Yeah, what do you value it at? How much for a cup of sewage?
You got $20.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Hard times.
Yeah, we're out here.
My goodness.
No, I would not.
What do you
I would
think?
never.
No, nothing?
I would actually never. No.
Really?
Yeah, because there's a chance of dying.
Now you got me worried. How bad is it?
Sewage is disgusting, man.
Yeah, but disgusting. I mean,
Yeah, like scurvy or something.
I think zucchinis are disgusting, but
Yeah, but you know, zucchinis don't grow in massive city pipes. It's sludge.
Grow. They're alive. Sewage.
Probably.
Didn't know it was a thing.
So no, your answer is no. Okay, stop trying to make me drink sewage.
Any amount of money.
I told you this was an abusive
No, just a
relationship.
cup. Just a cup. If you accidentally drink a baby wipe.
Clogs my pipes. Pistol should be a swift one, so expect a 4-3 score and expect it rather quickly.
Time has come. Apparently, it does feel like the moment now that the lights have turned on in the studio. Feels like it's a very special moment. The time has come.
Something special is going to happen.
Who
in this
knows
round.
what's going to happen? Whoa, Nekus is a fur sticker on his case hardened, on his all blue case hardened. One of the rarer ones.
I am always scared when I see lackluster utility on CT side of Overpass. And, I mean, what are you going to do about that, even if you had utility?
That's a spray duel. I guess that was it. That's why the lights came on.
Yeah. I'm getting scared.
Look at this spray.
Maybe they're communicating to us in Morse code.
Never learned that.
Neither did I, so it's not very useful. But maybe this 3-man B setup shall be useful. Because Cloud9 don't want Luminosity to cut back their lead. Could be doable with all 5 guys outside of B site. It's going to be the old charge, the quick hit. Train's gone, smoke's out. Skadoodle up close, and Automatic over the shoulders already managed 1 kill, but it's Automatic who's managed to get himself a double. He's still playing around this pillar, that's the 3rd, but then he extends the cost of his life, just like Flusha's. Steal and Yell sweep what remained there from Cloud9. Valiant effort, but it's the numbers game that wins.
It's the numbers game. It wasn't enough of an effort from the rest of his teammates. Automatic put up 3 there, and Skadoodle did 90 damage. That was finished off by the up. That would have been a good one to just obviously have in the bag, and then, you know, retain monster control versus the short players that come out. And then Flusha gets killed. I don't even know if anyone else died there, if there was just them 3, but that's all they had going for them. Nades should come soaring over into the stairs. Good damage dealt. Nade kills had. Steel's going to throw a defensive smoke. Just to mess with them, he's also going to fight. Golden's here with the P250. Pepper and shots in. Steak's starting to taste good. When does he go for a bite?
Gotta wait for it to be perfectly cooked. There's the fire to cook it on. Charred meat.
Nice. Evenly seared. Finally, he's finished off.
Have you ever eaten human flesh?
I think that's illegal.
Yeah, me neither.
I technically didn't say no, but what if you broke your leg in the woods and there was just a dead human lying around? Would you go for it?
Probably. It's me or him.
He's dead. I mean,
Then it's definitely me.
there's definitely no questions asked. Okay.
I'd like you to know that if I was dead next to you, you could
Wouldn't
eat
eat
my...
sewage for $1 billion, but would munch on his fellow human compatriot in the woods just because he hurt his leg a little bit.
It's about survival. Okay, what keeps you alive versus what can
Money.
kill you. Money. Money does keep you alive. That's a fair point.
You could be set for generations. Your kids are going to be mad to watch this broadcast.
Yeah, you ever think about that? Are we going to watch this in 40 years and be like, why am I regularizing
Oh no,
cannibalism?
they got too far, man. Look at, they could just take their time. They're just like, we got too far.
There's no eyes on it.
Oh, but they weren't worried enough about this flank, the setup at, oh, that's a good nade, isn't it? Right, oh, what?
No, it's not actually. Misses the mark, goes a little too far.
Wow.
So, Rush about as alive as Neck is. Both
Okay.
CTs over here towards Dumpster. Bomb still towards spawn of Luminosity. There's no Rush in this round.
They can't.
Well, there is, but he's almost dead.
There's no, oh, okay, yep. It's always good to have these monikers that are also just words. Verbs. It's pretty much every Korean pro player's name is some kind of like verb. Usually 3 to 5 letters. Rush, does he take the opportunities? 5 HP, might as well throw caution to the wind, go for it. Neck is also low. That was Skadoodle's cue. That told him what he wanted to do.
I mean, Rush literally found the one player that he had as much HP as.
Yeah.
So that first kill could have actually happened. Maybe it pulls the bomb planter up because he doesn't think he gets it down.
Theory strike.
Allows Skadoodle to get even closer. Ska's looking at that op like, I remember the days.
Tantalizing. It's got a Cloud9 sticker on there. Probably from the major that they won.
Champions.
Yeah, that's a huge thing, man. You know how how crazy it is that they won the major, but like compared to players who haven't, like all of the FaZe players that didn't get to win, they can't retire in peace, you know?
I was just about to ask you. You almost read my mind. Is Skadoodle the first major champion to retire?
Yeah, I would say so. I know, actually, no, it's not. If there's like, it depends if Schneider or Pronax, are they still playing?
I think so.
Devil Walk retired.
That's
true.
true.
He's playing again now, actually.
But did he ever win as a player?
Yeah, he won the
true, of
first
course,
major.
The first one.
Pretty much that whole Fnatic roster, besides JW and Crims.
Right. But outside of that, I think it's the only one.
Yeah, they're still hanging and banging. That was really an anomaly of a roster to win the major at the time, so kind of crazy.
Oh, Fiflaren.
True. He has pulled out a major, and he is fully retired, 100%. Push through monster. Nobody spotted. A lot of information gained. And the T's are falling back. They're pushed back. They're going to be forced into A, so they can kind of leave one of the CTs here outside B. He can hang out if they want to. They still don't have short control, so they can't actually leave 2. So even though they can overstack with 3, there's still 5 Ts coming to them. They don't have bathroom control. Not a great position. However, with that information, Automatic is going to go ahead and peek, try to get his kill. Golden goes down, but he's not the key player in this round. Automatic's just going to lock down long, and I think that makes the job a whole lot easier.
Yep. Could.
He comes out. There it is.
Here it is. Does it stop the bomb?
He doesn't.
No. So it's still the 2v2 retake, and they don't have a... Oh, they do have a smoke, but they don't have a kit. That could be a problem. Not to mention the op and AK of Lucas and Henny.
Scoodle's got the mess nades on Cloud9. Don't at me.
He's going to put it on. Oh. What was that?
Well, it's still on, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's fully covered, but he does grab the op, so that's something to work with. And Lucas swings out to the right, dies to Rush's headshot. That's a 3K from Rush, and a defuse off Skadoodle.
Yep, just close enough. Pretty good retake. That was a nice move from Rush. He recognized that, like, oh, it's going to be tight to try to stop that bomb plant. And he nearly did. Gather any more interesting information about past major winners?
Yes. The only major MVP to have 2, right? The only player to have 2 major MVPs is actually coldzera.
Pretty insane, man. Pretty insane.
Back-to-back. Cologne 2016 and MLG Columbus 2016.
I think he's got to have the best final stats of any player just across finals, too.
Yeah.
I don't know about that for sure. Oh, Skadoodle for 2? Of course he'll get 2.
Good job, man. He's been playing this B-side pretty well, and that's with an A1S of all guns, even up close in the faces.
He's not even trying. Didn't even equip the A4.
And he's left up. Sure, he clears the player off the pillar, but this is looking like Cloud9 to tie at 6 rounds apiece. Off the nade.
Nuts. Skadoodle gets 3. Defend the site. Easy. And this guy's up and coming. They should really think about picking him up. Heard he's a free agent. Look at all the kills he's getting.
Shox is the only French player to have attended every major. And Zeus, the only Ukrainian.
That might change. We'll see. We will see. Penny kills Rush. That's the end of the B site. That is a huge... That's tempting. They're going to follow off this. I like this. Skadoodle, is he going to be ready? No, he's not. They get so far into the site. Golden's here. He's going to get shot on the side, too.
That was so fast, Wonder.
Yeah, as soon as they get that first kill, they just activate. They go into overdrive.
Skadoodle's had some good multi-kills, but not this round. He was too far pushed up short, and his teammates couldn't contain the monster burst. Of the 16 players who have attended every major, 14 of them are from only 3 countries.
That's nuts.
Sweden, Poland, Denmark.
That's insane because I really didn't even think Denmark for a long time, Denmark were not really even close to Sweden, but yeah, it's...
They weren't on top, but they were always there, right?
Yeah.
Falling in the quarterfinals.
They were just, yeah. It's kind of crazy.
But those times are long gone.
Long gone. It's new times now.
Stralis on top.
I, for one, welcome our new overlords.
Me too. Whoa, what?
How the heck?
That's not supposed to happen.
How many Canadians have been in the major?
The most ever at any one time? 4.
4.
And that's a tie between... actually, there could be a chance if more Canadians qualify for IEM Katowice coming up.
Okay.
Then that would be the most.
This is our major coming up.
Because there's
it was
4
the UK
right
last
now.
time. No Poles, no Swedes, no Frenchies. 1 of each or whatever, or none of Poles and 1 Frenchie, 1 Swede and Olaf. Then this is ours. This is our time. Canadians will rise. Like fresh pea meal bacon in the morning.
Good bacon here in Denmark too.
Ooh.
This place reminds me of home more and more every day. Until they start speaking Danish.
And then you're reminded. You know what I noticed about this country? The doors are very hard to open.
Yes, they have buttons to open doors.
What are they called?
The door opener.
Sounds a lot like door opener, if you ask me.
I was sat by the front door over there for like 10 minutes the first time I tried to get out of this building.
Finicky
What do you mean
doors.
it doesn't open?
Gotta open and press the door opener. It's like a can opener, but it's for doors.
As we've gotten closer and closer to the end of the first half, it's been a very back and forth affair.
Mm-hmm. It felt like Cloud9 were just cleaning things up, but Luminosity have steadily maintained a lead, quietly, secretly in the background.
Doing it under the radar.
Yell, he's being real sneaky. He's in the A site. Rotates are out to B. They have no idea what's going on.
Nope. Once they start moving, whoa! Lucas readjusts the aim, does blast gold in a new one, and flushing out inside of the fire, putting out a lot of damage, but taking some his way. The flames
Oh my
consume
gosh,
two.
that is quite the plant.
It leaves us with 4. 2 per team. Neck isn't Henny split, but
Skadoodle.
he's still up. And Ska's gone down.
Gotta let him up, you know?
Yeah. Just
Sweet.
playing keep away with him.
Saw him play Blackout. He's actually nuts at that game.
Yeah?
Scott's just nuts at every game he tries.
What is it that he used to play before Counter-Strike? It was,
AVA.
yeah. Right. Right.
He's good at that. Won a final, like a Worlds final, I'm pretty sure. Not sure how competitive it was, but I'm sure it was difficult.
$150.
With any team, any game with Asian presence, it's not going to be easy.
That's very true. Don't worry, we've still got him covered in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, for now. I heard the numbers are rising.
You talked about our overlords. There may be new ones. Rush back with the pistol. This is, of course, the 15th and final round of the first half. And obviously, the cash was strapped. So Luminosity about to establish a 9th. Unless Automatic and Flush-Up can make some magic happen. They have actually been able to slow down the plant. Still not down, in fact. Automatic rotates into the Feedy side.
Going to have this information, but there's not a lot he can do with it with that smoke in his face. It's the last round, though, so we'll see a heroic 1v3 attempt, even with the AWP, even with the site control given to the T's. Even with him in high alert of all of these different positions that are just as unlikely as the last. He's got to throw caution to the wind here. We're going to see Automatic go, have all of the cylinders spin. And it seems like they are just going to be chasing at this point.
Yep.
Decent
Forcing their way
into
the 9th round. Taking that 3-point lead and moving us into what will be the second half. A T side from Cloud9 is what we need to see up next.
Those are cool. But another one of those end of the half smooths?
Yeah, it's
from
behind
behind the fence.
It's really good when it's at a place that action happens.
Yeah.
You know? And then other times it's a little blank. But this one was nice. Most certainly so. Most certainly so.
Guess we could say solid half for Luminosity. 9 rounds in that half. Did a good job entering on B sometimes. Sometimes they were stopped cold dead in their tracks. Skadoodle 97 ADR.
It's up there.
He doesn't give a flick.
Nope.
Especially not with an op, because they're not letting him up.
Not even letting him see it. You know, it's like keeping a toy away from a toddler.
The big toddlers won a major championship.
The big man. So, let's go.
Whoa.
Straight down the middle.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
See, these, you know, when the CTs don't move, that's when you know they're confident. We picked our spots, and we picked all the spots we want.
So come get it.
Come get it. Oh, and he starts off the action. A bunch of T's to swarm him, and the kills are all falling in the hands of Cloud9. They push in. Steel can't even get his. Yell, will we make up for it? It's a hurt player right there. Couldn't kill him, however. There's 4 up. Too low.
Whoa.
Oh, my goodness.
Just kills after kills. A big old flurry of frags. And Cloud9 run forward. So that's actually really huge because, you know, I'm actually pretty shocked that the odds were still split down the middle when 4 of the 6 rounds from Cloud9 in the first half come off pistols, conversions, and then that gun round too.
That gun round too.
So it's like, if you look at, you know, the last 11, It was 9 for Luminosity. Like, they seem pretty in
Pretty
control of the
good,
situation.
yeah, not bad at all.
Obviously, this pistol should tie things up, assuming
Remember,
Cloud9
in the
get
major
through.
final versus FaZe, they beat FaZe on a map that they had never been able to beat them on. That was Overpass in map 2.
Yep.
So,
Remember, this is
the betters remember.
only that's true.
They probably shouldn't, but that's what they remember. It's stuck in their memory. For better or worse. For better or worse, these USPs are doing a
work.
lot of work.
And they've got the bomb actually thrown out. That might cause them to maybe rush the process. They want to take automatic off the tree because now they've secured themselves some guns. At least the MAC-10.
Oh. Can they smoke that? They could smoke that. But instead they won't. Oh, flash goes out late. 2 CTs turn, but they turn back in time, and
Okay.
Cloud9 wish they could turn back time as well.
Now,
The thing
this
is, they
supposed
did
to
that
be-
by.
Yeah, exactly. So Golden has 3.6.
This looks crummy.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I retract my statement.
What are they saving for? Are they even gonna buy here?
They can do double AKs? Double
Ew!
Galils?
You're saving. You did that so you're gonna get a Galil if you lose?
Yeah, I don't like that.
What's the benefit? They didn't even. What do they have even?
It's like doing something cool and new, you know? They're trying to be hip,
Yeah.
trying to start a trend, and then it's just like, no, I won't wear a bath cap to school.
Bath cap. That'd be strange. What
That's
about
what I'm saying.
shower shoes? Never slipping. Shower shoes.
That was weird.
This by his cheeks.
Buns.
They didn't even like. Rush only has Russian Scooter only have pistols. What on earth?
It's one of those things that's kind of hard to chew on as we're casting, because obviously you got to keep up with what's going on now in the next round, but like, I like to just take a pause and sit and try to calculate like what else they could have done.
Yeah.
But obviously we don't have that luxury yet. We'll have to do that once we're off the ship.
Yeah.
Swift was this round. 11-7 immediately from Luminosity. They'll happily take those free weapons and use it to move themselves one step closer.
Let's see those odds one more time.
Yeah,
Let's,
remember
flash those
Luminosity
odds
are
again.
1-9 this season.
That's maybe a reason.
Absolute utter dead last. Underneath Envy, underneath Ints, underneath
cool.
United.
That's nuts. You know, Luminosity's won 2 majors. Actually, they won 1 major. Yeah.
They did.
Yeah, I mean, like,
The
they were
organization.
Luminosity when they won.
Okay, okay. Well, they lost to... Who are you saying won a major? They lost to Gambit.
No, yeah, but they won before, like, it was the Eld SK lineup. That was
Oh, okay, okay, sorry.
Yeah.
All right,
But
that makes a
they're-
lot more sense. Right, right, right.
You were around for that? No?
I don't think so.
Oh, really?
I immediately thought of the Gambit major.
Yeah.
Man, what you smoking? But let's get through these ecos. Let's get back into the gun rounds, okay?
Let's get back into the rhythm.
That's what we're here for, the real meat and taters.
Ah, see, there's a master plan. They sabotage Nekas. Now he has to use a Galil. He can't justify upgrading, even though he has $8,300. He has to use the Galil. Now they're gonna lose.
Nobody wants to do that.
Nope. 35 bullets. Need all 35. Just to die anyway.
Cloud9 fast split down towards the B site. They've got that connector control.
Oh boy, a lot
Nobody
of
to watch
information. CT's got a lot of information this quickly. That means, oh my god, this is going to be the biggest flank of all time.
Yeah, and the best thing that Cloud9 could do right now, if only they knew, was hit that B site. There's one defender in it, and he's playing back as to do it safely.
Is there even a smoke at Monster? What are they waiting for?
The right moment.
What defines it? I guess they're waiting for one peak so they can
Intuition.
run. I guess so, yeah. Maybe it's just a complete read. I don't know, but here they go. Smoke goes out. CTs are ready to flank, but they're not actually on the flank yet. If they take too long or if the entries come too soon, expect that this round could turn upside down on its head. Bomb goes down. What's going on right here?
This is weird. We'll see what happens. There's one player on the actual long flank, 2 down through connector, and a double digit on graffiti.
They're really not even in the best spots for this flank.
The only player inside of shorts actually Flusha, so he has a lot to do because this will be an important portion of the map to keep control of. And Henny is able to find him. Now Golden You know he wants to go help with short, but he knew Steel was over there, so his attention drawn long enough for Henny to then trade the frag. Automatic reveal from underneath heaven, and time is ticking so quickly that Luminosity got to get going. And, well, they're going to go the other way. That's an 8th for Cloud9.
Cloud9, will they have anybody saved? They might both die in this situation. We'll see. Skadoodle, the MVP of the major. Of course he lives. It's a little bit longer than everyone else. What a player. Okay, but Luminosity up 12-8, but they lost that round. That was very disappointing. They didn't use anybody to... I can see why they didn't think they could get past that. They thought the Cloud9 were just in some passive B default, and that they were going to work on chart control or something, but they didn't have anyone go for information. If they did that earlier, they could have beat the bomb a lot more easily. So it was almost a waste.
Over towards the playground, looking to make mincemeat of the buy up here from Cloud9. Want to get those guns back to the dirt. Steel wrapping around, not caught by Skadoodle. So that's a pick up yet again. Sure, it's traded, but it still leaves the CTs in a man advantage. And while Ska has the bomb, he's got to get over to his teammate if they want to make this work.
Lucia. Got middle of the map control, which is nice in sentiment, but with the 2 players that they only have, it's going to be hard to make anything of it. Kind of surrounded, and Henny continues to have impact. He's been a good opper so far in this half, and he is just a good opper. I'm sure there's a point in time where he was like, oh, was Henny going to go to SK? Like, who knows? But they have an opper too, so they have a pretty good one actually.
Yep.
Won a couple Rangers himself.
I wouldn't mind a little Skadoodle clutch right here.
You know what? For old time's sake, huh?
Ooh, when he's gotten past the shot of Henny, may predict
oh,
yes,
he's the best.
Peak.
He's the best clutcher on Cloud9. Don't
There's
have
a man
me.
behind him, and oh boy, he's just got to
Oh
run.
my God, he goes lower too. This is even better than going A. Would have got shot in the
Close
back.
the door.
Be polite. Oh, he's actually just gonna. Where's the smoke go? Well, look at that. He's not even assuming anyone's on B. Look at the big brain on Skadaddy. Oh, he's gonna go push into CT. He knows the flank's coming out. He doesn't lose these. He just literally doesn't lose these. How do you know Nexus was there?
I'm not quite sure. Major intuition.
Give him a raise, man, before he goes.
Yeah, cutting bonus.
Look at this. Nexus is so confused.
Well, let's see if it works out. Ska does have himself that upper position. He's got the Molotov, the smoke, and the flashbang. Or rather, other way around. Nades go down to line up the shot.
He doesn't even deceive, dude. I'm sure he closed his eyes before he got flashed. Didn't even know he was blind.
Hot damn, Skadoodle. What a play. Didn't even need to close the door behind him. Absolute, utter confidence as he gunned his way into that B-bomb site. Planted, took an after plant, smokes down. Doesn't even matter, Launders. Skadoodle, don't leave us.
He's recognized by the Air Force.
That's true. Air Force
That's
MVP.
the police of the sky. I thought that was Elon.
Yeah. Don't say his name. Lurpus will show up.
Lurpus will show up. Lurpus alert.
So now what do we got? We got Cloud9 gunning for a 10th round. Luminosity with all of the money invested in this one. And they go immediately towards that B site. They are looking to hold it and hold it strong.
Cloud9 need a 10th, and they have a better record than Luminosity, right? Who are dead last in the entire season, so they could probably do with a win.
Yeah, Cloud9 are actually in the top 6.
Oh,
so any losses, especially to the team that can't make land finals,
it's gonna be it. Yeah, that's a bad one.
Like all Luminosity are doing are crushing Cloud9's hopes.
And they're just trying to avoid relegation, so they're actually just as motivated.
Of course.
It's just for a sucky reason. Very sucky.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Auto relegation in the last place.
Yikes. Just avoid last. All you had to do
Yeah, you don't have to outrun
was
the
not
bear.
be dead last. Just got to be
Just have
faster
to
than the
outrun
last
one
guy.
person. But Skadoodle can't escape the scope of Henny. That's one of the terrorists down as they try their entry into the A site. Rush actually gets the backstab. And that could be the bomb plant for bathrooms. Steel even overwhelmed by Golden, who goes on a very aggressive foray through bank. Makes a withdrawal. But Henny curbs of his enthusiasm. And Luminosity are going to exit down towards the B site. So 2 stay alive for LG as Cloud9 cut the lead to only 2 rounds. Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely, they're clawing their way back in.
With pointy nails.
Digging in deep.
There's also 3 in a row from Cloud9 on the T side.
Do you know where you like? You haven't watched Curb Your Enthusiasm, the show, right?
No.
Where did you get the phrase from? Do you know?
Probably from the show.
Oh,
Just
really?
The title
Just
of
the
the
title?
show. I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah. And I
I
understand
wonder
the
if it
saying.
even is a phrase then. That's all the questions I had today.
Is that it?
You may leave.
I mean, listen, I've got answers if you got questions.
I'm not going to make a deposition out of it.
And to be fair, I don't have answers. I actually just have opinions.
What if it's the truth about yourself that I'm asking?
Well, you never know if it's actually true.
Okay, well, that's called perjury, so let's try our best here.
Don't call the sky, please. Nice shot. Automatic uncrouches and, yeah, regrets that decision. Should have kept the head low. The knees bent. Golden push from Golden. Nice double kill. He's even looking for a third. And he misses the shot from the bathrooms, goes to fall off to a second piece of cover, and once he repeats, there's nobody there. The T's have gone to B.
What an important kill, huh? Is it Golden who goes back to get the bomb as well? I don't. Oh, what was it? Yeah, it was. Golden goes back to get the bomb. That changes the course of the round. Really, unfortunately, and I only bring that up because that's what happened. But Henny has had a pretty good half overall. Very impactful, I think. It's good doodle here. Henny will have a second chance. Another new lease on life. The Nekus goes out first. Trade. Oh wow! Actually, just has superior crosshair placement to Skadoodle.
And now the last 2 T's are stuck inside the water, but the bomb is halfway gone.
That's true.
You have a good chance of locking this off. They just need rapid kills. There's the first one. The moment Nekas rounds the corner, he is cut down. Now Henny next in line dies, and Yale has to clutch with an off-up close, a leg shot, and a shank from Flusha. You have a punctured lung?
That was funny. I don't know. That was like kind of funny for some reason.
Yeah, the fact that he's
And I had a cough, so
dancing around with no scopes.
I ended up just coughing. It was good. That was great. Well, it was great for Cloud9. Funny, I think Flusha is weird because he was hiding in plain sight a little bit. Like he wasn't near a corner of any sort, but like I think his angle gets cleared completely. But it's such a weird place to be sitting that they don't expect him to be there. So could be a pretty cool off angle to stop any CCs from coming in. I'll definitely take that and go look for it for my next pug. Next one's the rank up. Always is.
Just keep telling yourself that.
Always is.
You're not B+ like I am.
Are you B+?
Yeah.
I am B+.
Well, you know what, Launders? It's not about you.
Wasn't trying to steal their thunder.
Okay. Well, you did it inadvertently. It's all I had.
Thief at heart.
I mean, I'm platinum in PUBG solos.
I don't know how good that is. It sounds good though. I feel like they wouldn't give you platinum if it wasn't. Like they wouldn't call it platinum. They'd call it like brick. If it was bad, you know.
Dirt.
Wood 6. Rush.
Sewage.
Oh! Wow. Yell was very patient about that.
Just waited for the right moment to strike.
I think if Rush just went all the way across, he would have been fine. Just fine. But that's what you gotta do, Yell. That's what you gotta do. You gotta do it like Yell. You gotta get in front of the smoke sometimes. You gotta get crazy.
Aggressive.
Yeah. What would the Bears do? You know, you get crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, now I missed the Bears.
Oh, I'm sorry to do that.
We'll talk about him in just a moment. There's 15 seconds in this round and an attempt from Cloud9 to beat their way into the A site. Yell's going to have zero pressure from long, so he is just fixated on the cross.
Oh!
He misses a shot, which could enable the bomb plant.
Oh my god. What?
What?
Why not? You know?
Steele just saves the day. The Bears Niner.
The Bears Niner. Absolute unit. Absolute unit of a man.
The only guy with yellow glasses that aren't gunners.
Pro League veteran. Gunner style glasses veteran. Counter-Strike veteran.
Yep. I've never met someone who has so many good one-liners. So quotable.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna start doing hot yoga.
I got a
More
good
like-
DeBears quote.
Yeah.
It's easier to lose than to win. DeBears, 2017.
So just you gotta really sit on that one, read books about it. Just think on it for years.
I mean, that is why I went to college.
Retroactively.
Yeah.
The Bears put me through college with just these few words. Not surprised.
I think like LG have gotten a little quiet. I mean, when they started off the CT side, we had players rushing up into party. We had those long stacks. Now they're just more content to sit inside the bomb sites. Because you think that comes with the fact that we were in the final 6 rounds?
You know, it shouldn't, but yeah, maybe it does. That's definitely not how they should be looking at it. But like their job is not done. I think maybe they're changing it up because what they did wasn't working. Like they got all that map control, but they just didn't follow through enough, and then couldn't flank fast. I think maybe they're attributing their loss to the wrong reasons, but here is a good hold, just to bring back some confidence. Though it was just kind of a save. Luminosity get 14. Well, they get their 2nd win of the season.
I mean, the beauty of just sitting inside of the bomb sites, of course, is that you're not risking some of your players' lives, and you're just welcoming Cloud9 to go for an execute, which LG haven't had a hard time of holding back. You know, think of that last few seconds in the 2 rounds ago on the A site, cut them all down thanks to Steel. This most previous round, we get that push into B, Cloud9 gets nothing past Monster. So now they're going to change it up, get a little more aggressive, throw Henny to the top of the party, and he leg shots automatic first and foremost, anticipates the wraparound, and the jumping T will offset the crosshair. So he's going to swap to the pistol and try to retreat, but they are hot on his heels, and Steel has gone elsewhere, so he can't help, but he can clear long. And he'll do so with an opening kill. Automatic gives chase. And whoa, turn around. Steel just fixates on mid instead, gives up his life for the sake of getting a different frag, and a 1v4 ensues.
A 1v4 ensues. Surprised Cloud9 had to actually double save. Last round they had a little bit of money maybe, and they didn't spend all of it, so now they have to fight just to get to match point. I just want to see, just for the vanity of it, what Scoodoodle is the ADR is. It's actually Rush who's caught up, 19 to 19, but we don't know how much of the damage per kill he's done, which might be a fun stat to look at. Luminosity might be a breath of, or maybe a sigh of relief for them, as they potentially can pick up another win. Keep them a little bit farther from relegation, keep the hopes alive that maybe they don't have to go down, like, which would be an enormous L. I mean, it's one of the biggest L's in all of Counter-Strike to get relegated. Unfortunately, as difficult as it is, you know, to have to play against all the top teams in the first place, but
It really put the L in LG.
no one wants to play Premier again, you know?
Yeah. No one wants to cast it again either.
Yeah, so that's why we can sympathize.
I feel bad for the 2 remaining members of Cloud9. It's Automatic and Skadoodle. And if they lose this round, then we'll be heading on to Inferno. Between these 2 same teams, Luminosity finding their 2nd win of the season, if only they can kill Scott. And as he rounds the corner, he is executed with ease. A double headshot seals the deal here for Luminosity. And a CT side that almost seems to come out of nowhere. They lose the pistol, upset in the 2nd, and once Cloud9 strings 4 rounds together, you're thinking to yourself, hell, we've got a game. But after that, it's LG to get 4 of their own. And that, our friends, is 16-11.
Yeah, really good rounds in there from both teams. But Luminosity just a tad bit better in the second half, and it seems like the passive set has worked out. I feel like it has more to do with Cloud9 being a little bit more lackluster than anything else, but at the end of the day, they switched to what works, so, you know, credit them there.
They play more passive rounds, but then the round after I mentioned that, of course, it's the anti-eco, and Luminosity are confident enough to throw Henny up towards Party. We saw how that worked out with Steel flotating around long. So that was some beautiful stuff. I like the diversity of Luminosity's setup, and I like the fact that we have ourselves now an additional map. So Inferno's up next, folks, and we're going to head in that direction. We will see you there.